All right, imagine this for a second. You're eating what you think is healthy. You're trying to cut sugar. Maybe you even walk a little more. And yet, your belly won't shrink. Your energy crashes after meals. You feel tired all the time. Cravings control you. And every blood test feels like bad news waiting to happen. The doctor says, you're insulin resistant. And suddenly it feels like your body is working against you. That was me. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I felt trapped inside my own body. But here's the crazy part. I didn't reverse insulin resistance slowly over years. I reversed it fast, and not by starving myself, not by extreme workouts, and definitely not by living on salads. In this video, I'm going to share the exact 5 things that changed everything for me. And I need you to listen closely because one of these alone can start shifting your insulin sensitivity within days, not months. Now, let me be honest with you because this is important. Insulin resistance doesn't just show up one day, it builds quietly. It creeps in when your cells stop listening to insulin's signal. Insulin is supposed to be like a key that opens the door so glucose can enter your cells and be used for energy. But when your cells become resistant, that key stops working properly. Glucose stays stuck in your blood, insulin levels rise, fat storage turns on, energy production shuts down, and your body enters survival mode. That's why you feel hungry even after eating. That's why you crave sugar at night. That's why fat sticks to your belly like it's glued on. And the worst part, most people are told this is permanent or genetic. That is a lie. When I first learned I was insulin resistant, I was scared. I started Googling, and honestly, everything I read made it worse. Eat less, move more, avoid carbs forever, take medication, accept that this is just how your body is now. But deep down, something didn't feel right. Our bodies are intelligent. They adapt. They heal when you give them the right signals. And insulin resistance is not a failure of your body. It's a response to the environment you've been putting it in. Change the environment, and the body changes back. That realization was the turning point. The first thing that helped me reverse insulin resistance fast was changing when I ate, not just what I ate. This is huge, and almost nobody talks about it properly. I used to eat from the moment I woke up until late at night: breakfast, snacks, lunch, snacks, dinner, something sweet before bed. My insulin was never getting a break. Every time you eat, especially carbs or sugar, insulin goes up. And if insulin stays high all day, your cells never get a chance to reset their sensitivity. So I stopped eating late. I gave my body a clear eating window. I didn't call it extreme fasting. I didn't starve myself. I simply stopped eating 3 hours before bed and delayed my first meal a bit in the morning. That alone started changing my energy within a week. Here's what shocked me. Once insulin levels dropped for longer periods, my hunger became normal. Not this fake, desperate hunger driven by blood sugar crashes, but real hunger. My brain felt clearer, my belly stopped feeling constantly bloated. This isn't magic. When insulin stays low long enough, your cells start responding again. Your liver dumps stored glucose. Your body switches from storage mode to repair mode. And suddenly, fat loss doesn't feel like a battle anymore. It feels natural. The second thing I did, and this one was emotional for me, was fixing my relationship with carbohydrates instead of demonizing them. I used to fear carbs. I thought carbs were the enemy. But the truth is, insulin resistance isn't caused by carbs alone. It's caused by the wrong carbs in the wrong form at the wrong time, combined with constant insulin spikes. I stopped eating naked carbs, no more sugar by itself, no more refined flour on an empty stomach. Every time I ate carbs, I paired them with protein, fiber, and healthy fats. This slows glucose absorption, lowers insulin spikes, and protects your cells. I also changed the type of carbs I ate. I moved away from ultra-processed foods that hit your bloodstream like a sugar injection. I chose foods that my body recognized as real, whole foods, foods with structure, foods that take time to digest. And something interesting happened. My cravings disappeared, not because I used willpower, but because my blood sugar finally became stable. When glucose enters your cells properly, your brain stops screaming for quick energy. That alone can feel like freedom if you've been battling cravings your whole life. The third thing, and this one is massively underestimated, was walking, not intense workouts, not exhausting cardio, walking after meals. I used to think exercise had to be hard to be effective, but insulin resistance doesn't respond best to stress. It responds to movement that tells your muscles to absorb glucose. When you walk after a meal, your muscles soak up glucose without even needing much insulin. That's powerful. It's like opening a back door into your cells. I made it simple: 10 to 20 minutes after eating. No phone, no pressure, just movement. And this had an immediate effect. My post-meal crashes disappeared, my blood sugar spikes flattened, and over time, my insulin sensitivity improved dramatically. If you are insulin resistant and exhausted, forcing intense workouts can actually make things worse by raising cortisol. Walking does the opposite. It calms your nervous system while improving glucose uptake. It's one of the fastest ways to help your body relearn how to use insulin properly. Now, let me talk about the fourth thing, because this is where most people completely sabotage their progress without realizing it. Stress, chronic stress, emotional stress, mental overload, poor sleep, all of it. Stress hormones like cortisol directly block insulin's action. Your body literally becomes insulin resistant to protect you during perceived danger. The problem is modern life keeps us in constant danger mode, even when we're safe. Notifications, deadlines, financial worries, lack of sleep. Your body doesn't know the difference between a lion chasing you and a stressful thought looping in your mind. I had to slow down, not my goals, but my nervous system. I fixed my sleep first. I protected it like medicine. I stopped scrolling at night. I dimmed the lights. I went to bed earlier. And within days, my morning energy improved. My fasting glucose improved. My hunger hormones improved. Sleep is not optional when reversing insulin resistance. It's foundational. I also learned to breathe properly. That might sound small, but deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state. In that state, insulin works better. Glucose enters cells more easily. Fat burning turns on. Healing happens. You cannot heal insulin resistance while your body thinks it's under attack all day. The calm state is where reversal happens. The fifth thing I did, and this ties everything together, was focusing on muscle, not bodybuilding, not extreme lifting, just maintaining and building lean muscle mass. Muscle is your biggest glucose sink. The more muscle you have, the more insulin sensitive tissue you own. Even at rest, muscle helps regulate blood sugar. I started resistance training gently, full body movements, slow, controlled, consistent, and I felt stronger, not just physically, but metabolically. Here's the part nobody told me before. As insulin sensitivity improved, fat loss became a side effect, not the goal. I stopped chasing weight loss and started chasing metabolic health. And my body responded. My waist shrank. My face leaned out. My energy stabilized. My labs improved. And for the first time in years, I felt like my body was on my side again. I want you to understand something very clearly. Reversing insulin resistance fast is not about perfection. It's about signals. Every meal sends a signal. Every night of sleep sends a signal. Every step you take sends a signal. And your body is always listening. Even small changes, when done consistently, create massive shifts. If you're watching this and you feel discouraged, please hear me. Insulin resistance is reversible. Your body is not broken. It's adapting. An adaptation works both ways. Start with one change, just one. Maybe stop eating late. Maybe walk after meals. Maybe sleep better. And once your insulin starts dropping, once your cells start listening again, everything becomes easier. I'm sharing this because I wish someone had told me earlier. I wish someone had explained it without fear, without shame, without extremes. You don't need to punish your body to heal it. You need to support it. When insulin resistance reverses, energy returns, clarity returns, confidence returns, and you stop feeling like you're fighting yourself every day. Stay with this process. Give your body time to remember how to work the way it was designed to. And trust me when I say this, once insulin resistance starts reversing, you'll feel it, not just on a lab report, but in your daily life. And that feeling is worth everything.